Hello and welcome back to Pass the Turn. Today we're going to be looking at Dark Souls, the card game, Seekers of Humanity expansion. So this is an expansion to the core game made by Steam Forged Games, and it's awesome. It's a 1 to 4 player experience, and it encapsulates the soul, no pun intended, of the video game. It's punishingly difficult, and it's a deck building game. So you pick a character. So in the base game, you get the herald, the assassin, the sorcerer, and the knight, I believe. And in this game, you get some more characters, which we'll go to in a minute. But each character has their own deck of cards, and you add to that deck as you level up, as you gain loot, as you get experience, and as you kill monsters. And it's a fantastic game, notoriously difficult, as it should be. It's a Dark Souls title, but yeah, an awesome game. We did a very there was a video we did a long time ago of this game. Go and check that out in the top corner somewhere. I probably will do a Dark Souls card game playthrough again while in isolation. So make sure you stay tuned to the channel. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. But let's delve into it and see what you get in the box. So we've got Dark Souls, the card game, Seekers of Humanity expansion. So let's get straight into it. I always hate opening these cellophane wraps. I really do hate them. There is some give on the corners though, so you have to use that to your advantage. Gotta love the smell of a new game or new print. So it comes with a rulebook. Introduction. You are not alone in another world, in another place. Those words won't be comforting. A mantra to remind you that there are friendly eyes watching over you. This is not that world. Puts you straight in it. So it gives you a nice table of contents, setup. So the main core and premise of this Seekers of Humanity expansion is the fact that there are invaders. So if you've played Dark Souls, you'll know that invaders can either be NPCs that will invade your world as a phantom that you have to then try and banish, or they can be actual other players that are cracking the red eye orbs to invade your world and take your soul, basically. So this game, or this expansion, is trying to encapsulate that invasion of your game, basically. And there's Ember cards in this deck now as well, and new bosses and alternate modes of play as well. So I'll be interested to see what they are. So you get your rulebook. These are the Invader tokens. So you can see there that they're the Invader tokens, one for each particular type of invader. I can't actually tell you who these are right now, so my lore on Dark Souls isn't great. Then we've got a double-sided board. So you've got 2 bosses on this side and 2 bosses on this side. So you've got 4 bosses on this game. So that's pretty good content. 4 extra bosses that you can fight. That's pretty good. I like that. 4 bosses extra. So yeah, we've got 3 packs of cards. So we'll just go through those in a second. I don't think you get anything else. It's just a card game. So this piece of cardboard here is absolutely and utterly useless. Don't understand why they use card for that, but never mind. So let's get straight into these. Nice little cigarette packs. Let's have a look. And if you like a game, if you like any form of board game, when it comes out with extra stuff, extra expansions, it's just like having a wet dream. It's just absolutely awesome. It really puts you in the moment. And it not only gives you loads of extra content for the game you already like, it just expands that experience even further and adds more hours to the game you already like. It's fantastic. I can't get this open. You can tell I've never opened a cigarette packet in my life. There we go. Look at that. Lovely. Let's have a quick look through these then. Crystal Charm, Profane Flame, Acid Surge, Dark Set, Shadow Set. So you've got the Dark Armour set and the Shadow set in this expansion, which is great because I always loved the Shadow set. It's like the ninja of the Dark Souls universe. Great Shield, Firestorm, Ultra Great Sword is in this set. The Fume Ultra Great Sword, that's from Dark Souls 3, I believe. Knight's Ring, Smelter's Sword, Dragon Slayer's Axe, Pursuer's Ultra Great Sword, so the Pursuer is in this game as well, the Pursuer's Great Shield, Armour of Thorns, Butcher Knife. There's some awesome stuff in here. I don't want to spoil all of it for you, but there is some awesome extra equipment that you can get there, or extra treasures, extra loots. So all of these are extra loot cards, so we'll go through those, how many of those you get in a moment. So they're the extra loot cards. Then we get 4 bosses, 4 extra bosses. So we get the Last Giant. So we got the Last Giant. We've got the Pursuer, which is basically like the nemesis of the Dark Souls universe. Just comes in and beats your ass at random moments. Speaking of Resident Evil and Nemesis, I have just backed the Steamforged Games, actually. Steamforged Games made a Resident Evil 3, the board game, so I've just gone back to that, much to my credit card's dismay. But yeah, I've just gone and backed that. That looks really awesome. I missed the Resident Evil 2, but I don't think I was sold on the Resident Evil 2 as much as the Resident Evil 3. Resident Evil 3 was a game that I really enjoyed, really liked, because it was more of an open world fashion, and they're going into the fact that this game is going to be open world. So yeah, the Pursuer is one of the bosses you get. Smelter Demon is the next boss you get. I love demons. Magic the Gathering reference here. But yeah, it's good to see Smelter Demon in there as well. And the Old Iron King, which I believe is also a demonic entity of some sort, or at least looks like a demonic entity. So you get 4 bosses. And of course, with the bosses, you get their behaviour cards. So that's the behaviour for I can't remember what his name is. That's the behaviour for the Pursuer. That's the behaviour for the Old Iron King, and that's the behaviour for the Smelter Demon. Sweet. These are Invaders by the looks of it, so I'll have a look at those in a moment. So yeah, 4 bosses. That's really good. I mean, I've got both expansions for this game. I've got the Forgotten Paths one as well, so I've already got all the content for this game that's available at the moment. Just because it's a really good cooperative game. It's very hard. Makes you think a lot as well because of the way the rules play. I've got some more stuff here. Oh, these are extra characters, I believe. Yes, they are. So we've got 2 extra characters, I think. Let me just go back a little bit. Yeah, I think we've got 2 extra characters here. 2 extra characters. Yeah, we do. We have the Warrior and the Cleric. Oh, looks like there's more as well. Let me just double check. Oh, I've got some more cards there. Yeah, so you get 2 extra characters in this game. You get the Warrior. So you get the Warrior there. Who has a Berserk ability, which says flip this card over to hit the whole targeted row with this card's next attack. So he's basically crowd control. He's got battle axe, he's got a brigand axe, northern armor, round shield, and a load of strength, dexterity, and intelligence stamina that you can use to fuel those attacks. So the Warrior, I think I remember Steamforged Games saying that he was more of a crowd control, dealing with a lot of enemies at once sort of character. And then we have the Cleric. The Cleric there. Flip this card over to heal each character by 1. So yeah, I mean, I guess you can heal people with the Cleric. He comes with a mace, a sacred chime, which can be used to pump someone else's attack and also heal. Cleric's robes. You've got wooden shield, and then you've got a lot of faith stamina, dexterity stamina, and a bit of intelligence. So the Cleric comes with no strength stamina whatsoever, but that's fairly self-explanatory. Okay, let's go on to the next card pile, which I can only think is the Invaders, as well as new enemies as well, I believe. Let's crack these open. Oh, I can never get it open. There is a seal that you have to get as well. I've just got no nails because I'm biting them constantly. Mrs. is always like, oh, get your hands out your mouth, coronavirus. Shouldn't be making jokes about that, but never mind. Okay, so we've got... oh, wow, okay. We've got a behaviour deck for all the... behaviour decks for all of the new people, I think.
All right, yeah. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and that corresponds with the tokens. Yeah, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 tokens, which indicates 10 invaders. So the invaders that we have, for all you people out there that actually know the Dark Souls lore, we've got Man-Eater Mildred, Armourer Dennis, Fencer Sharon, Oliver the Collector, Kirk Knight of Thorns, Xanthius King Jeremiah, Marvellous Chester, Daughter of Crystal Crimehild, Paladin Leroy Jenkins, no, just Leroy, and Night Slayer Sorig. So you've got 10 invaders there, and I believe they can appear in different decks. Yeah, so you've got the ridiculously hard ones, you've got the intermediate ones, and you've got the common ones. So you do have varying levels of invader. You only got 2 ridiculously difficult ones, which are Paladin Leroy and Night Slayer, and the rest can show up in the other enemy decks. But yeah, you've got 3 tiers. You've got level 1, so you've got 4 level 1s, 4 level 2s, and 2 level 3s. So again, they would show up in the corresponding decks. I don't know how the invader rules work, but I'm sure you'll find out. And then we've got the abilities, the behaviours of each of these aforementioned invaders. So you've got 4 of those, 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 4 of them, 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 and then these are the enemies. So yeah, so you get 10 invaders, each with their own set of skills. So again, they're like mini bosses in a sense, because you have to remember their attack patterns or get absolutely roasted by them. And I believe as well, when you kill one of these invaders, it says next to the invader's soul value what item you get when you kill that invader. So every time you kill an invader, whether you win that encounter or not, because I was watching the Steamforged gameplay video, go and check that out in the top link somewhere. Whenever you kill an invader, whether you win that encounter or not, you do get that specific loot for killing that invader. So not all is lost if you do decide to die after you've killed an invader, after not returning to the bonfire. So not all is lost, you do get a nice piece of loot out of it. So how many enemies do you get in this set? You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 27 new enemy cards. Fantastic. You've got Hollow Royal Bowman, Hollow Infantry Axeman. I'm not going to show you all these, I'll just read them out to you. Hollow Infantryman, Hollow Infantry Swordsman, Hollow Vanguardian Swordsman, Hollow Vanguardian Bowman, Dark Dweller, Royal Swordsman, Royal Crossbowman, Forest Grotesque, Rupturing Hollow, Gurm Worker, Bellkeeper, Executioner, Ogre, Hollow Primal Knight, Alone Knight Bowman, Gurm Warrior, Alone Knight, Hide Knight Swordsman, Hide Knight Lanceman, Old Ironclad Soldier, Line Clan Warrior, Flame Salamander, Ironclad Soldier, Alone Knight Captain, and Old Knight. So you've got loads of enemies there, obviously from different respecting levels. So you've got 4 level 3s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 level 2s, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, and 3 level 1s. So you've got loads of selection of new enemies there to fight. And then we've got these, which are the so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 embers. So you've got ember cards. They allow you to discard and draw 1 card, and while this card is in your deck, you gain +3 maximum deck size. Only a single ember may be added to each player's deck. So once you're embered, similar to the game, your life total will increase. But something bad happens when you're embered. As you know from the game, once you're embered, that's when people can invade you. So there'll be something in the rules there, I expect, as to when you become embered, you'll be more susceptible to getting invaded. And then you have the other treasure cards that are not transposed, or yeah, so she's got more treasure cards here by the looks of it. I was looking at the transposed ones as well, but they're not all transposed, I don't think. Shit, I've just lost them. I put them in the wrong pile, haven't I? Yeah, I put them in the Invader pile. Never mind, let me just go back. That's the Invaders. These are the loot cards here. Yeah, so you got loads of them. Loads of loot cards. New loot is great. And it shows you as well what expansion they're from. So if you want to separate them out, you can do. This is from the Seekers of Humanity, because it's got the little round circle with the eye. So it does tell you which expansion it's from. I've still got room in my base game to put all of these cards into, as well as the board. So I think I'm just going to rip this apart and display it on my covered wall, which just gives you more backdrop. But yeah, you get a lot of cards, a lot of stuff in the set. Pretty good, pretty decent. So I'll just recap. So you get the Invader tokens, which will obviously be used in conjunction with when you set up the game, I imagine, if you're playing with this expansion. You get a whole stack of new loot cards that you can use. You got a 10 new Invader cards, which can fuck up your game. You got 4 new bosses, and it comes with the boards for those bosses as well, and their behaviour decks. You get 5 Ember cards, which are going to be used to bulk out your character. And you've got 2 characters here, 2 new ones. You've got a warrior and a cleric. The warrior is built for dealing with lots of enemies, and the cleric is built for healing and tanking, I expect, a little bit as well. We're just soaking up some damage. And then we've got 27, I think, enemy cards as well. You've got 13 level 1s, 10 level 2s, and 4 level 3s. So it's pretty good. You get quite a lot of stuff in it. I'm pretty chuffed about that, to be fair. 2 new characters is always good. More bosses, more loot, more enemies. It's just always good to have these little expansions that this costs like 20 quid on Zatu Games, and you get so much extra stuff that it just prolongs the game value. And I still haven't got the full value out of the core game, let alone the Forgotten Paths and the Seekers of Humanity expansion. But yeah, I've got everything for this game just because it's so simple to play, so simple to set up, really, really challenging. Haven't actually beat the game yet, haven't actually killed both bosses in a run, so yeah, it's still very, very challenging, still very addictive, and deck building games are also just highly customizable, and it's just a great co-op game as well. So definitely go and pick it up if you've got Dark Souls, the core game, and you want to add more stuff. If you like the game, this is definitely a no-brainer. So yeah, bottom line is, if you're a Dark Souls fan and you love this game, if you want to have more content, just go and get it. It's like 20 quid from Zatu Games. You can't really go wrong. Extra stuff in a game you already like is just a no-brainer. So make sure you go and check it out. Make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you love board games, any tabletop content. There's going to be more and more new stuff coming out soon, so make sure you go and check that out, ring that little bell notification as well, and check out our affiliate links with Magic Madhouse for any geeky content. You should be able to find it there. Board games, card games, tabletop stuff, accessories. Go and check it out if you're looking to buy stuff. But yeah, this is absolutely fantastic. Can't wait to delve into it. Stay tuned, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.